What is up? We are back on the air. It's live Saturday afternoon hockey action. South Suburban Sports Complex. I'm Harry Haviland, mic'd up here as your Warriors are about to take on the Mountain Select team. They've skated down I-70 here from all over the Front Range, and we have not had an issue with this team before, but the season has gone on, and everybody improves. We'll see what we are going to bring to you here today. With Shooter McGowan on a humanitarian trip to Mongolia right now. I've got one half of the Mimosa Mums mic'd up beside me running camera. Diane is here for all of your camera and color commentary needs. And we're excited to do this one here. We've got a very special sponsor that we'll be bringing up and talking about here in the first intermission. Looking forward to that. But I hope everybody's tuned up, climbed up, and ready to go. It's Warriors hockey on the OTT. Looks like we got a full bench here. Both goalies back in action. Prokop healing up from his injuries last weekend. Not sure who's getting the start here today, but the Warriors are all amped up and ready to go. Looks like a full bench over there for the Mountain Select team as well. Anyway. Fans packing the stands down there. It stinks when you stick your head over the press box, though. It was nice in here until the boys came out of the locker room, and then the aroma just flooded the air. 16 minutes up on the clock. First period action coming at you. Anything that you want to point out about this game, Diane, before we get going? No? Okay. Well, thanks. It's like Canterbury and Kolchevsky going to be starting on D. Prokop's between the pipes, and Toto, Medeo, Popovic, and Foster are going to be starting on the front line for your Warriors. Off to a quick start. Here's what the Warriors are looking for. A couple of big games last weekend. They came out of their 3-0. This is only one of 2 games left before the end of the season, and we'll be getting into playoffs and state championship. Warriors looking to come up big here today, and then next weekend, Super Bowl Sunday, just before the game starts. The pre-Super Bowl game will be on the OTT, and that'll be Warriors taking on Arvada up at the Apex. Not looking too far ahead yet, as we still have 3 periods of hockey left to go. The ref blows his whistle, and Foster leans up into that dot at center ice. One back by Mountain Select, but Foster trying to poke it ahead. Devin Foster with the puck. Spun around there by Mountain. And their own end, picked up by Medeo. He's working his way around the corner, back in. Foster joining over to the far side. Mountain Select team coming out of their own end. Off the wing, off the boards, make a good bounce pass off. Stepping around, Kolchevsky now 2-on-1 against Canterbury. Quick shot! Just sending that one wide. Prokop had it go above his glove. It goes all the way off the glass, down the ice. Medeo chasing. Also Medeo trying to push that around. They get the body in front of him. Spun around there by Foster, back to Medeo. Foster out of the corner, gets a backhand right off the side of the net. Medeo back to the point. Kolchevsky trying to keep that one in. Medeo gets knocked down, but Popovic comes in, and there's the chant we've been waiting for. Popovic gets knocked down in the corner. Foster centering pass goes through the crease back out to the blue line. Canterbury fires one in, that's wide. Another shot and a quick snipe there. Devin Foster alert and awake early in this game. Warriors take a 1-0 lead less than a minute into it. Wooly, Weber, and Toto out now for the Warriors. Toto losing that one at center. Wooly trying to tip that one back. Weber gets it, fires it in deep. Toto on his horse, chasing this one in behind the Select end. Off the boards all the way down by Select. That's going to be an icing call as Morris coming back for it, but neither player can make it to the puck in time. 14:48 left to go. First period action here at South Sub in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Offensive zone draw here for Ben Toto. Wins that one forward, going hard into the corner with it. Faced up against the D-man who sneaks that one out loose through center ice. Taken away by Egelseeder, dumping it right back in. And offside, one of the forwards wasn't back. You're gonna get a chance with a draw right in front of the select bench here. Toto still at the center ice position as he's stepping into this one. Toto winning that one back off of Egelseeder. Moore picks it up. Fires one up off the boards. It's outside Woolley's reach, but the Mountain Select D-man tips it into his own zone, being chased down around by Deacon Woolley. They peel around the far side. Weaver steps into the play, knocking them off the puck, but the Select still control in behind their own net. Back out to the point. Egelseeder walks across the middle, blocks shot in front, comes across the blue line. Controlled by Select through center ice. Cross center, McGowan now out there as he forces that pass. And then Salazar, pass comes in. Around Mountain Select with a drop pass, looking for a shot. Take one, and Simon Prokop flashing the leather. Keeping that one out of the net, and it's still a 1-0 hockey game. Now it's Salazar, Lahr, and McGowan.
Let's go, Select!
McGowan fighting for that one, manages to win it back. Gruber in his own end. Behind the net, Gruber, hard pass around the far side. Lahr couldn't get to it. D steps in front of him. Now forced back into the corner by Gruber. Desi doing a good job working his man over. They take it into the far corner. Des still on top of it. McGowan now behind the net. Hard off the boards to the far side. Lahr's waiting there for it. Gets a stick on it. Couldn't quite control it. And then Mountain picks it up in their own end. They bounce a wobbling pass across. And an absolute monster hit there by Salazar as he takes his man out. They're looking for a call on the Mountain Select side. But that's just a big hockey hit. Wow. McGowan out of his own end. Backhand flip across. Picked up by Salazar. Here comes Finn Salazar, gets it stuck away from him. Lahr turns, fires, sends that one wide of the net. Out and sent down the length of the ice. Icing is waved off. Cannonberg, quick pass up there to Foster. Foster with a pass in. Medeo across the blue line. Austin Medeo going into the corner. And just to get a piece of that hit as they were looking to line him up. Popovic off the backboards to the point. Kolcheski dishing it right back into Medeo behind the net. Stepping in, another big hit there by the Warriors as Foster's throwing his body around. Out to the blue line, past Kolchevsky, but Medeo's back at center ice. Loses that puck, stuck away there by Cannonberg. They're in front of the Warriors bench. Taken around and then tipped away there by the goaltender. That would be Simon Prokop. Gets it over to Kolchevsky, off the glass, not out. But the D-man couldn't handle it. Now it's a 2-on-1. Medeo and Popovic breaking in across the blue line. Medeo has it. Pass in front and beautiful feed to Noah Popovic, who had the yawning cage. He makes no mistake and tucks it home. 2-0 hockey game, Warriors in charge. At all the physicality, the Warriors haven't thrown big hits like that consecutively in a while. They are on a mission, firing on all cylinders here to end this regular season. Foster, Medeo, Popovic stay out there. Moore and Egelseeder on the D-line with them. Back out, Owen Moore controlling the puck, working his way through center ice. Manages to knock a body off of him. Foster gets the puck on his stick, sending it deep into the corner. Popovic, first one to it, couldn't sneak it around, but it's out to the point. Egelseeder shoots one in, goaltender makes the pad save. Another shot blocked there as Owen Moore works his way deep into the corner. Moore still fighting, he's on the far side. Down in deep on the blue line, on the red line, pass back out. Popovic fires one. Save made, and the rebound comes out, picked up by Select. Trying to hold it in the blue line there was Medeo, and then stuck away by the Warriors. Moore with the bounce pass off the boards, picked right up by Select at their own blue line. They tip that one back over. Egelseeder pumping, and then Egelseeder gets creamed from behind, and that's going to be a penalty. You got to be facing the player when you hit him. The Warriors send it down. It's going to be an icing call. That one will whistle down. And the Warriors going to see a power play opportunity here. They're winning 2-0 with 11-12 left to go in the first. It's hard to see. That one probably wasn't caught on camera.
No,
it's a tough angle here, and it's sticky to move down too. Our temp camera operator doesn't quite have the muscle strength that our regular one does, so.
Haven't hit the gym lately.
Deo, Toto, and Woolley with Foster and Cannonberg to start this power play. Cannonberg taking away at center. Comes up with it. Henry Cannonberg working his way in. Shoots the puck in. Goaltender saves. Rebound comes loose. Toto knocking his man up off the boards. Mountain Select. That one gets a weird bounce off the glass. Banged up against the boards there is Woolley as he's working his way in the corner. Deacon Woolley in deep with the puck. Warriors finally with a chance to set up here. Foster back out to the point. Passing across to Cannonberg. Working his way down. Fires one in. Pad save. Rebound is in front. Nobody can get their stick on as it's kicked back over into the corner. Fired all the way down the ice. Icing is called, and the Warriors skate it 200 feet the other direction. Still with 1:20 left to go on the power play. Second power play unit, Weber, Haviland, and Popovic coming out. Benevelski and Egelceder on the blue line. Haviland's going to be taking this draw in the offensive zone.
Interesting choice.
And he wins that one. Back out. Popovic with a shot. It's blocked and deflected into the front of the net, where it's picked up by Mountain Select. Stuck away there by Haviland as he steals it at the blue line. Haviland trying to make that backhand sneak over to Weber. Doesn't get it. And it's fired in by Benevelski. Offside call here against the Warriors, and they're set to take another draw just about halfway through this power play. But they're going to call it half intentional here, and it's a center ice drop.
Half intentional?
Half intentional.
Right.
Popovic off the boards, picked up by Haviland. Trying to duck around a check. Two Mountain players run into each other. The puck sneaks out to the blue line. Benevelski off the boards. Back over. Egelceder has it. Across the red line. Quick pass over to Popovic coming through. Pops gets that one knocked away in the slot. Back out to center. Egelceder again. Egelceder with a drop pass, and then a good job by Benevelski. Sticks that one down. Still inside the zone here. Weber trying to fight his way to get it out of the Warriors' end. Weber slowing it down. Pass up in front of the scorekeeper's bench. Popovic chasing it. Good job there on the strength of Popovic. Mountain Select team spins and fires that one down in deep. 23 seconds left to go. Off the glass and up. Haviland leaves that one. Goes over, and Mountain back at center ice. Over to Mountain. Lar chasing him. Select team coming through center ice. Over to the far side. Cannonberg now chasing his man in. Drop pass by Mountain. Looking for the tip in front. It just went the opposite direction. Now Benevelski working his way out as the player's about to step out of the box. Skated across the blue line by Lar. In deep. 5-on-5. Reed Lar off the boards. Benevelski keeping it in. Sending it over to the far side. Finn Salazar and Henry Cannonberg both racing for that one. It's tipped still in the offensive zone here for the Warriors. Cannonberg pinching himself up against the boards, keeps that in momentarily, and now McGowan and Benevelski back on D with Lar with a great back check back through center ice, causing that offside. Good work there by Reed Lar.
Select looking for a call, but none to be found.
Can't be a penalty on that one. That was clean and clear, hard work by Utah. He stays out there with McGowan and Salazar, Kolchevsky and Cannonberg on D. Kicking it up, Lar chasing, can't poke it across the blue line. That one shoveled in. It's going to be offside with a couple of players ahead of the play. Still 2-0, 8:41 left to go. First period action at South Sub. McGowan trying to get that to Salazar. It comes back around. Cannonberg sends it in deep. Then Salazar going after it in the corner. Lars stepping in front of that attempted outlet pass. Now he runs over Salazar, and the Mountain team takes away the puck. They're in behind their own net. McGowan with the pressure, keeping that in. G-Money trying to tip that one in front of the net. Now Graham gets it back in the corner. On his backhand, centering pass intercepted there by Mountain. Around the far side, around Kolcheski, and now Canterbury's got a race for it.
Oh.
Couple of big bodies collide into each other, leaving that one out. I don't see what the upset there is. Both players would have tangled up. If you're going to give them there, they're both getting penalties. But it's going to be, no, it is going to be called for Canterbury. For a slash? Oh no, McGowan's going to the box. That had nothing to do with Canterbury's play.
No, it was,
Graham McGowan.
this side of the ice here with
I didn't see that, but now the Warriors are going to be shorthanded for 2 minutes with a little under 8 minutes left to go in the first period. Penalty kill unit comes out. It's Woolley and Toto with Eggle, Cedar, and Moore. A lot of hacking and whacking here. This one could get interesting. The Warriors in those quick 2 first goals. Eggle, Cedar with his man up against the boards. Toto gets knocked off that. Back to Moore. Fired around hard, not kept into the blue line. Woolley doing a good job slowing that play down. Now here comes Select through center ice. Toto breaking the play up and then dumped down. It bounces just wide of the goal, and it's going to be an icing call against your Warriors.
Love the multitasking mom over here. I gotta show you this. She's working and she's watching her other son's game while she watches the younger son's game.
2 hockey games, 5 screens going over here for Allison Moore.
That is super mom right there. Oh.
Outside the zone. Back out to the center ice. Fired in, bouncing puck comes in. Prokop's gonna hang on to it. Select comes close to him. They hold off on the snow shower smartly.
It's early in the game yet.
Not even halfway through, or just over halfway through. 16-minute period, 7:17 left to go. One back by Toto, getting in the way of his man, so Eggle Cedar can flip that around the boards. Woolley chasing it. Mountain gets to it first. They pass it right back in. Cross back out to the blue line. Mountain setting up on the power play. Slack with a shot saved by Prokop. Into the corner. Eggle Cedar stealing this away from the falling player. Puts it up and into his own bench. That one's going to be out of play with another face-off deep in the Warriors' end.
Almost a nice souvenir for the front few rows.
Almost. Popovic and Foster out there now with Gruber and Benevelski.
Oh.
Pop's getting tossed from the center, so Foster's going to have to skate in and take this draw.
Let's go, Select!
One back by Select. They still got the man advantage here for another minute, trying to get themselves steadied up here in the offensive zone. They've got control as they pass it back across the far side of the ice. Shot comes in, saved there by Prokop, and then flipped out of the zone by the Warriors. Pops with some pressure. Now they're spun around quickly at their own blue line. Drop pass back and then taken away by Foster. Devin Foster with the steal of the blue line, trying to kick it up ahead.
Oh, no arm goes up.
Oh, no tripping call on that one. And they're forced back into defensive mode here, coming into their own end. Gruber pushing him into the corner. They check up there on Gruber, centering pass, and knocked away by Benevelski, clearing the blue line. Good defensive work here by the Warriors. They continue to kill off this penalty. And Mountain Select has it at center ice. Gruber not letting this one come into the zone. Foster turns, fires, sends it the length of the ice, and that's going to be an offside.
Sorry, folks, the tilt on this is no joke.
OTT's thinking about partnering with Lifetime Fitness, which could get you to the gym and have your arms worked out enough to be able to tilt the camera. Haviland at center ice. Still a few seconds left off this penalty, and McGowan will be coming out of the box to join him and Lar. To the blue line. Across to the far side, stepping out, Reed Lar. Challenging, gets it off his skate, they miss. Haviland Steps out on his man as he misses, and McGowan comes out of the box. 5-on-5 here. Cannonberg muscling his way up behind the net. Comes out in front. Prokop was tight up against the post, keeping that out. Couldn't get a shot off there, and then tipped out to the blue line. Trying to get this one clear. Haviland has it. He's got one guy to beat. Haviland working his way hard down the right wing. Turns, trying to pass that one out. Off the boards and clear the zone. Kolchevsky back now at center ice. Joey Kolchevsky across the red line. Flips that one into the far corner. Haviland gives chase for your Warriors. Haviland dumping that back in off his backhand to the back of the net. Lahr picking up the loose puck. Reed Lahr still has it. Lahr turning into the corner, loses that puck. Haviland going after it. Out to the blue line now, 2-on-2 heading the other way. They send that one down, and that's going to be icing against Mountain Select with 5:07 left to go in the first period. Toto, Woolley, and Weber now out for the offensive side of the Warriors with Eagle-Cedar and Moore on the blue line. O-zone draw here, won by Toto. Back over to Weber, who kicks out to Moore. He takes a backhand flip into the corner. Toto gets a quick shot off. It's loose in front and over to the far side. Mountain trying to push that past the big body of Moore. It doesn't work, and now Moorsy's in deep. Coming out, he's trying to get back on defense here. It's kept in by Weber briefly, and then stolen away by Toto at the blue line. Ben Toto coming in. He's in the slot, takes the shot. Goalie got a piece of that off his blocker, sending it high into the glass. Weber back out to Moore, backhanding towards the front of the net, picked back up and shot and saved by Mountain Select off the Weber wrister from the high slot. Keeping this a 2-0 hockey game. Warriors making a full line change, and they're set for another face-off in the offensive zone. Warriors have been all on top of them, all on top over them. However you want to say, a lot of pressure here coming. Prokop's made a couple of key saves, smothering them.
Yes.
Not quite, but Benevelski to center, tipped by Foster into the offensive end. Flip back out, glove down, and then he got a stick on it, so can't have the hand pass at center ice, and now Mountain's coming across the Warriors blue line. Benevelski chasing him into the corner. Benevelski stealing that puck cleanly behind his own net and winding up. Bounce pass off the boards, not quite enough to get to Popovic, and it's kept into the blue line. Hammered around the far side. Medeo sending it off the skates of the Select player. Out to center, back to Popovic. They can't keep this one at center ice, and Mountain Select has it again. They get across the red line, and that one in deep. Tipped over for Gruber. He's in his own end, passing that one out. Kept in by Mountain Select. Clapping one in. Prokop leaves it there for Benevelski, almost curling that one into his own end. Benevelski back behind the net for Gruber. Up the blue line to Medeo, makes a clean pass to Foster. Yeah, Popovic up ahead of him. Now 3 Warriors forwards up against the boards, keeping this one in, centering pass to nobody as all 3 of them were there. And the Select team fires it down the ice. Another icing call here with 3:11 left to go. I'm Harry Haviland. You're live with the OTT Sports Network in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Ranch. I don't know if anybody remembers that commercial. Ranch. Haviland winning that one into the corner. Lahr picking it up. He has Salazar in front of the net. He tried to get it to him, but that one's all the way down the ice. No icing there as it was off of Lahr's stick. Cannonberg firing hard up to Salazar at center ice. Backhand pass up, intercepted there. Lahr back checking through. Shot on Prokop. He makes the save. Cannonberg again. Hard up off the boards. Haviland off his stick. Backhand pass through to center. Salazar just couldn't find that on his backhand. Now him and Lahr couldn't get it out. Haviland with another backhand pass. Coming across the blue line is Lahr. He sees that puck, and then it's taken away by Mountain Select. Snap pass through center ice. A couple of sticks hit that one. No icing coming. Kolchevsky going up against the player behind the net for Select. Kolchevsky pitched it against the boards. He's only got... Oh, it's underneath there. Prokop hanging on, keeping this a 2-0 game late in the first. Toto at center ice in his own end. went over to the side, couldn't control it. Mountain picks it up, taken away there by Egelceder. Out of his own end, Egelceder being pestered from behind. Woolley takes that one away. Sends it all the way into Mountain territory. They reverse it back into the far corner. Through Woolley's legs, and now here comes Mountain out. Quick tip there by Egelceder. Gets it back to Woolley. Good move there to flip it back into Mountain zone. Kicking it back around. Woolley fighting with Weber. Moore has it. Moore shoots one, just misses a couple feet wide. Bounces over to the far side. Toto picks it up. And Toto still has it behind the net. Back to Woolley. He skates around, centering for Weber, who takes a shot. And a goalie comes across, making a huge save. As Luke Weber was looking at trying to make this a 3-0 game. It's denied by Mountain, and we continue with 1:40 left to go in a 2-goal game.
It was a nice sequence.
2-goal
there.
first period.
Yeah, it's still the first, folks.
Foster, Medeo, Popovic. Moore and Egelceder. One over Pops, couldn't get a good shot up there, but it's into the corner. Pops going after it. Egelceder bumping off his man there, comes out to center. Now it's one-on-one against Owen Moore. Coming in across the blue line, Select loses that puck. Foster, the trailer, tries to take it away, then Pop can't get it out of the zone. Select picks it up in the corner, takes a shot, and doing what he does, Simon Prokop, keeping the puck out of the net for the Warriors. Weber, Woolley, Toto back out there. Toto winning it over to Benabowski off the boards. Nobody picked that one up. Back in a Mountain zone. The Select team around their own net, trying to work some speed to get out of their own end. Toto's gonna disrespect him by taking the puck away into the corner. Pass over Weber in front to Woolley. Puck off the side of the net. Weber getting physical. They still work their way up the boards. Toto coming in with the hit.
Come on, Hudgie. Come on, Hudgie.
Gruber.
Come on, Hudgie.
Gruber getting pinched against the backboards. Mountain Select taking that one away. Gruber getting physical. But Toto's going to get a penalty for that as he came in behind and clipped the Mountain player.
Way to be, Max.
Then Toto going to the box with a little under 40 seconds left to go. The Warriors going to be shorthanded for the rest of the first period.
Way to be, Hudgie.
Foster, Popovic, Kolcheski, and Cannonberg. Winning that one back was Foster, off the boards by Moore, out to the blue line, held by the Select team. Tipping that one back in, Cannonberg flips it to the blue line, not clear. Back in, Cannonberg gets a hand on that one. Select centering pass, diving in to tip that one back into the corner was Popovic. Off the boards by Moore, in front of the net. Now Select setting up with 20 seconds left to go. They try and gain control of this one. They dump it in behind the offensive net, and Kolcheski's battling with a couple of players in maroon jerseys. Kolcheski, good job there. Select back out to the blue line. Cross to D, top of the circle, shot Prokop with a big save. Cannonberg coming in with some heat behind the net. Gets that puck out. And the first period is over. Warriors going to skate into the second frame. Still shorthanded for the next minute and 21 seconds. But a solid start to that first period, and then some sketchy plays to finish it, but they still managed to hang on by 2. And I want to give this opportunity to talk about this week's sponsor. And we're going to bring it up here on the screen. It is David Jr. and Graham's Great Big Bender, 5 days of debauchery. When the cat's away, the mice will play. And that's going to be happening right here in Highlands Ranch for the next 5 days. It's going to be a blast. If you haven't got a flyer on the windshield of your car, look for the Facebook invite, the Instagram, TikTok, wherever it's coming from. It's going to be a rocker. Jr. and Graham's Great Big Bender, bringing you the game here today. I'm thinking about coming down from that. I heard it advertised on the radio earlier today.
They got kegs.
They got kegs. You name it, it's there.
A few wine coolers.
They got wine coolers. They got dancing giraffes. They got everything.
It'll be a great time.
Check your mailboxes. Check your inboxes. And please be responsible. Make sure you take an Uber. Hey, Stan. Stan. Up. Stan. Stan. Look up. What?
All right, here we go, folks. We placed our drink order for the second half, and just about ready to get started.
What's that?
Now that this drink order has been placed for the second half.
Second period.
What am I saying?
Second half.
Second
You're in
period.
football mode.
No, I.
2 weeks to Super Bowl?
Yeah.
1 week to Super Bowl. Sorry, what am I saying? Time is just a figment of my imagination, man. Starting this one, shorthanded your Warriors out there. Foster at center ice. He's got Popovic with Kolcheski and Canterbury. Wins the draw, Foster. And then back over to Canterbury. Can't turn it off. Canterbury takes his man down. They're in front of the select bench. Canterbury without a stick, trying to muscle his way through. Foster trying to stick that one away. The pass is made up by Mountain Select. Canterbury has his stick back now as he's fighting in front of the Mountain Select bench. Kicks it back out to center ice. Select flipping it in. Offside's going to be the call from the far referee, the far linesman, sorry. Not the one right in front of the play. Next penalty killer stepping out over the bench. Woolley and Weber. Egglesteeder out there on D, sticking with more on the far side. Back to Eggy. Flipping that one off the boards and down. Icing's not going to be a factor in this situation, as it was a great play there by Egglesteeder. Coming through their own end, making that pass up to the far side. Woolley chasing. They stop up at the blue line, pass all the way across. What a clean one. It's in front, knocked down in front. Power play goal by Select. Prokop got a piece of that one, sent it up over his shoulder. I think he lost a little bit of sight on that one.
Be interested to see the replay on that one. I feel like there might have been a high stick to get that one in, but
You're not allowed to see a replay. No argument here. McGowan, Haviland, and Salazar at center ice. Benevelski joining Gruber on D. Haviland taking a swipe at that one, stolen away by Gruber, back to Benevelski. Up through Haviland, that's offside as the player from Mountain Select was down inside the blue line. 15:01 left to go, second period action here at South Sub. That's just annoying as all can be.
I think it's just he's part of a yodeling club.
Oh, they're in the mountains. It's
It's
a yodel.
It's
Gruber getting in front of his
practicing.
man, taken away, and then stuck out, trying to come across the blue line. Here is Salazar. Flip back in. Prokop steers that to the side. Taken by Benevelski. Hammered around the boards. Haviland has this one. Can't get it out. Haviland taking it away from the falling D-man. Gets it out to center ice where Salazar and McGowan are looking for it. Stripped away there by Mountain Select. They power their way through Haviland's stick, and then over to the far side comes the pass. McGowan. Tip up. Salazar couldn't get it. Kept inside here now, coming across the blue line. Salazar with a tip to Haviland. A bouncing puck, and he couldn't quite get control of it. But the Warriors still have it at center. Coming across the red line was Gruber. Dumping it in deep. McGowan still out there. Getting a slash on that one, and then running into Salazar, knocking his player down. Salazar out of the corner, nobody to get to, and Mountain Select try and get it out. Gruber keeping it at the blue line. Back out to Select, to the blue line, and now finally cleared. Benevelski off the boards, right up to Gruber, who's at the blue line, flipping it in deep off of it on the chase. Pops out. Gruber stepping in off the blue line. And then taken away by Pops again. Backhanded in off the defender. Second attempt, doesn't get all the way in. And it's right back out here by the Warriors, but Gruber keeping a good eye on the puck, manages to find it before it gets in too deep, firing it right back into territory controlled by a select team. I was watching that as a too many men, very close there. Kolchevsky at the blue line has that one rattle over his stick, makes a pass into Medeo, jumps across the boards. Now Foster laying a hit on his men, back over to Medeo. Dale to Foster, centering in front, bounces over Popovic's stick and sent the length of the ice by the Mountain Select team. Prokop has it, and with the Mountain Select player barreling on top of Kolchevsky, he hangs on, and 13 minutes left to go in the second. 2-1 hockey game. Harry Haviland here with you on the OTT Sports Network.
Let's go, Select!
Foster with the face-off win, back to Kolchevsky. Sends it around the far side, not hard enough to get to Popovic, but then it's stolen away by Kannenberg. Muscles his way out of the zone, still coming through. Kannenberg, freight train up across into the zone, cross pass over to Medeo. Austin Medeo has strength on this puck, skating it all the way around, back out to Kannenberg, steps into a shot, deflected in front, up over the crossbar and into the glass. Pop's still there, back over for Foster. Medeo pressuring behind the net. Kannenberg stepping in from the blue line, backhanded that one into the corner, gets back into his body, centered to Weber, shoots off the skate of the defenseman, puck still loose in front, goaltender steers it over the side, and they get the angle on Weber. He's not going to give up on that battle, and then Mountain Select sends it all the way down. Kannenberg with a man on him. Henry Kannenberg just about gets shoved off to that one, but he does get to the puck, sending it out. Woolley with a drop pass over for Toto, who skates in against two players. Trying to hang onto this puck, takes a swipe at it, it's missed, back to Kolchevsky. Sending it into the pile, through the pile and into the corner. Mountain Select around their own net, outlet pass. Knocked off his stick, back to Moore, flipping it right back into the offensive zone. No icing on that call. Woolley after the player, they sneak it around the backside of the net. Mountain Select trying to get out of their own zone. He's knocked down by Toto, and a shot gets ripped in by Eggleseder. Kept in by Moore at the blue line. He's back into the slot. Moore across the far side. Reed Lahr kicking that one deeper. Owen Moore stepping off the blue line. Moore backhands it around the far side. Coming around, Reed Lahr looking for this puck behind. He gets it, and then it's stripped right back off of his stick. Mountain Select fires that one as they are feeling the pressure. They're only trailing 2-1, but with 11:04 left to go, the Warriors are gonna see an offensive zone draw here with McGowan taking it. One over, Lahr was ahead of that, but then it gets to Benevelski at the blue line, tipped off a McGowan stick, and Lahr going after it behind the net. He's got Salazar on the other side. They reverse that. Mountain has a little bit more room on this side as they feed it all the way across center ice, picked up by Gruber. Grubes off the boards. Lahr back to Salazar, making a move here. Then Salazar with the, whoa! Lahr with the second attempt in. No goal there by Salazar. That was in and out. Oh, Culturano.
Dumbfounded.
Ref says that was off the post and out, keeping it a 2-1 hockey game. Whew. Good work there by Finn. Off the boards, gets it around the D-man, gets a clean shot off, and apparently just hit the post. Foster, Medeo. Here comes Mountain Select. They got a player up ahead. Gruber keeping that one. That's offside. Waiting for Medeo to get out of the zone. They're probably going to bring this one back to center, as that's been the trend throughout the first period and 5.5 minutes. But they don't, just to prove me wrong. Foster trying to get that one now. Good stick by Popovic at center ice, gets it back up. Medeo couldn't sneak around the D-man, back out to center. Select hammers that one down. It's on Prokop. He doesn't like what he sees, so he hangs on. Foster winning that one. Cannonberg had to use his shoulder to get in front of that play. Kolchevsky off the boards. Popovic, tip pass, doesn't make it through. Off of a couple of skaters, back to Kolchevsky, feeds it up to Popovic. Gives that one to Cannonberg. Now they're going to get back onside, and Kolchevsky tipping it in across the blue line. It's stopped up just short. Kolchevsky with another shot. That one went off a few players, and now Medeo's chasing it in behind the Mountain Select end. Select team skating through. Cannonberg tried to glove that one down, but now it's a 3-on-1. Medeo racing back.
Nice
Good
back
check there by Austin Medeo. Puck loose in front. Back over to Popovic off the skate of the defenseman at the blue line and kicked down. Foster trying to put a little bit of pressure on, looking for an interception. They go behind the boards, or behind the net, off the boards. Same thing off the glass the other way. Woolley chase him into the offensive zone. Woolley trying to get in front of that one. Holding him up at their own blue line. And then Mountain Select makes a couple of passes, gets it across the red line and down for an offside call is going to be my guess. Oh, look at this guy. Man, the barmaids are getting more beautiful every day. Thank you, sir. It is a zoo here at South Sub. We thought we'd be able to get some good tailgating parking, and no, we had to drive around for hours in order to find a spot. Don't worry, we still did get some good tailgating in, as it's 60 degrees and sunny outside here in Colorado. More with a blast in. Got a little bit under that one, and it went over the net and into the glass. Weber controlling on the blue line. Back over, Toto with the backhand. It's in front, no rebound for Woolley as he goes racing towards the net in search of one. .840 left to go here in the second period. Warriors clinging to a 2-1 lead.
Let's go, Select!
No communication.
Back
There we
out
go.
to the blue line. Kicked in, that's offside. Bringing it back to center ice. Going to be Toto, who doesn't know where the face-off is. He thought it was at the dot, but no, they're going to bring it back out because I didn't say that they should. Woolley walking through center. That puck gets knocked over to Moore. Coming in down the right wing, Select, shot off. Prokop with a piece of it off his glove. Kicking it into the corner. Ben Toto. Flip pass out of the zone. Now Woolley's chasing it. Kicked ahead by Weber. Back over, Select, bring it back inside their own blue line just to make the pass right out to center. Knocked deep into the Warriors' end. Egelseer behind the net. Around the far side for Salazar. Makes that pass up, trying to get it through, and Weaver's got an opportunity. Can he get going? Luke Weaver win! They come back with some excellent defense. Weaver couldn't quite get control of that puck enough to get a good shot off. Coming through, back checking in the offensive zone with Salazar. And then McGowan puts a shoulder into his man, so Egelseer can fire that one off. It's off the mesh and out of play right down below us here at the press box. Center ice draw for Graham McGowan. He's sandwiched with Salazar and Haviland. Benabelski and Gruber on D. Good work there. McGowan has this puck coming across. Haviland going towards the net. Shot comes in. Sends that one wide off the boards. Pinching into blue lines, Benabelski. Haviland chasing into the corner, trying to find the angle on his man. His stick's being held, but he turns around, gets a skate on it, pokes it through. But Mountain Select's there, intercepted by McGowan. Back over to Haviland. He's in the slot. Haviland turns, fires one in towards the net. It's sent just wide. Benabelski trying to keep that one in, but now it's back in. Gruber off the boards. Haviland with the tip to Salazar. Sending that one in deep. Graham McGowan's the only one there. McGowan's got that opportunity. Puts it right into the goalie's belly. And now players flailing in front. The puck squirts out and down the ice. Prokop had no option but to touch that one. Haviland over the far side. Benabelski Misses on the breakout pass. Benevelski now tied up against the boards. Haviland in assisting him. Gets it to Medeo. Medeo off the boards, down the near side. Back out to center. Stolen away by Gruber. Medeo sneaks back on side. Gruber's got Popovic in front. Goalie bats that one away off the backhand of his paddle. Gruber knocked against the boards. He's in deep. Centering pass right out. Popovic fires from point blank and sends it wide.
Let's go, select!
Off Medeo's skate. Stolen away. Popovic in front. Foster with a backhand. Misses. Sharp angled shot there by Medeo. Back to Foster. To Benevelski. He's looking for one off the pad of the goaltender here. Warriors with all of the pressure. Kept in there by Kolchevsky. Just outside the zone, Popovic gets it back. Couldn't stick handle his way around, but it's knocked over to Foster. Devin Foster in front. Gets that one stripped away from him. Benevelski keeping it in at the blue line. Good stick there again by Benevelski. Back over Medeo to Kolchevsky at center ice. Quick pass up, and the Warriors just sting that one right back into Mountain Select end. Foster getting run into or running into, I don't know. They both kind of just stopped dead in their tracks. In front, Foster. Couldn't turn. Warriors just laying it to Select now. They haven't had a chance to change in a long time. There's some tired players out there. Firing one in, glove down in front, Weaver, and then the shot comes in, and Deacon Woolley finds a way to bury it. Sustained pressure by the Warriors there pays off against a tired defensive line for the Mountain Select squad. Deacon Woolley making it 3-1 Warriors. Every one of the Warriors who were on the ice at that point had a bit to do with that goal. For 2 or 3 consecutive shifts, they managed just to hone in on the offensive zone. Looking for more here. Toto winning that draw at center ice, but then it's stripped by the Select. They come in. Shot off a skate, off the glass, and off a ref, and out. Good bounce there for Weber as he picks up the loose puck. Luke Weber. Backhand drop pass, Deacon Woolley. Back in, past Weber into the corner. Toto, another collision in front. And that shouldn't be icing. That was sent out by the Warriors. That is not an icing call. That's a mistake by the refs where I think the ref's going to say, we can't do that. It's going to be a center ice drop. Good pick up there by the ref as the Warriors set that one down, not the Mountain Select team.
Go, select!
McGowan, Lahr, and Haviland winning that one. Back out, Moore feeding it up the boards, sneaking past a couple of players. McGowan challenging, Haviland gloving that one down, keeping in the offensive zone. Backhand pass into center ice. Lahr couldn't quite get to it in time. Egelseeder stepping in front of his man. It's off another linesman. Back out to Egelseeder as he gets pummeled for his efforts. Lahr trying to swing this one away. Select makes a couple of passes out. Egelseeder trying to get a stick on it. Back over to Lahr. Mountain Select in their end. Make that pass out. Working their way up through center. Passing it in front of the scorekeeper's bench. Moore leaves it there for Egelseeder, who turns and fires it right into the Mountain Select bench. I want to say it wasn't on purpose, but I've heard things about that Eggie kid that he could get a little aggressive once in a while. It's like, I'm going to keep firing at your coach until that guy in the press box stops yelling, "Come on, Select!" Devin Foster, a defensive zone draw win to Medeo. Powerful moves there by Medeo as he gets it through 3 players. Across the line, no icing. Popovic racing after it. Good job there by Pops reading the angle, but Mountain returns it out the other way. Grooves is going to try to hold himself in here. They get back across the blue line. Popovic just couldn't quite touch that one. Now it's in behind Benevelski. Mountain Select player across the red line or blue line makes that drop pass to the trailer. Back out to the blue line. Select. Fire one in off the stick of Gruber going into the corner. To the blue line and out. Select at center ice, 3:15 left to go here in the second period. Warriors with a 3-1 lead. Backhand dump in by the Mountain team to Gruber. Rims that one around, Medeo waiting for it. Tip pass out to Popovic, who's got Foster at center ice. If they hustle, they can have a 3-on-2. Pops the trailer, shot comes in, bounces off the goalie's glove, and the Warriors control it in the corner. Noah Popovic fighting for it, getting pushed off. Devin Foster lifting the stick and controlling this puck. Foster still has it. Wraparound attempt isn't going to happen as these goalies have figured out to hug up against the post. Benevelski with the good wheels to get back into his own end. Two Mountain Select players there, but Sasha Benevelski manages to kick it out towards the blue line as the rest of his players join the party. Toto off the boards and out. Select at center ice. Stepped around Woolley. Taken away by Weber. That's a hook on Weber, and the Warriors are going to see a power play. PP number 1 coming over the bench. Woolley, Toto, Medeo, Foster, and Cannonberg. Running that 4-forward power play. Toto keeping this one in. Walking his way behind the net. Gets taken down. Toto still swinging for it. Medeo gets it back out to Devin Foster, working in. Foster snaps the shot, blocked down. Medeo looking for it, but Foster has to touch that one or it would have been taken away. It's a hand pass, and the Warriors are going to be back outside the offensive zone for a draw right in front of their bench. .145 left to go in the man advantage. Only 2:02 left in the second period. 2-goal lead here for the Warriors.
We got a broken stick.
Oh, broken stick. Oh, I know my kid's not out there. That's a good thing. Woolley in front, turns backhand. Toto working his way into the corner. Ben Toto sneaks out to the blue line. Cannonberg out to Foster, tries the one-timer.
Almost another
kicks it
broken stick.
off his heel into the corner. Foster stepping in from the blue line. They knock it around him. Pass out. Woolley with the back check steals that one away. Using his speed, flipping that one through center up to Toto. Pass and working across is Cannonberg. Henry Cannonberg in deep. They tap it off his stick. He still controls it into the corner. Cannonberg dumped back into the corner from Foster. Has Medeo in front. Quick shot! Oh, the goalie got a piece, and then it just skirted to the outside of the post. Devin Foster back to Medeo. Has Weebs in front. Shot by Cannonberg. A flip by Foster, and the goaltender just put that.
Broken stick. Oh, dang. Was he using Owen's stick again?
I can't. We just got some real good ones in Canada.
Oh.
Real good ones from cheap from Canada. Minus the tariffs.
The exchange rate is, Chef's
25% exchange rate, that's a good deal. 47% tariff, not so much. Haviland on the offensive zone draw with 51 seconds left to go. This one's won and controlled by the Warriors. Popovic shoots one atop a couple of sticks. Glove down by Haviland behind the net. Into the corner, Weber going after his man. The puck comes out to Eggleseder at the blue line. Eggy shoots one in. Weebs couldn't get a tip on it. Now Popovic back out to the blue line on the other side. Sasha puts that one across, keeping that in off the boards, and a good job there. Eggleseder, another one towards the net. Goalie gets a little piece of it. Haviland's going to be the first Warrior back behind the net for it. Manages to control this one. Haviland still has it. Off the boards, back out to Eggleseder. Shot in, tip! Oh, and Weber almost tipped one in. Haviland back out to Eggleseder again. Flipping one in. Goalie didn't see it, but he got a pad on it. Back behind the net. Benevelski in deep. Benevelski into the corner for Haviland. Haviland skating this one behind the Mountain Select. Oh, and he just missed on that one. Sneaky move there by Haviland, almost paid off, but he couldn't quite get the tip of his blade on the puck. Centering pass out now and one-on-one against Benevelski, who easily takes that one away. They're going to turn this one inside their own zone. The last seconds tick off the second frame, and the Warriors with a 3-1 lead going into the third. Coach Matt and Coach Keaton instructing their team on what they want to see here in this third period. We got 16 minutes left on the clock, hanging on to this 3-1 lead. Warriors playing a heck of a hockey game and can't take anything away from Prokop. He's made some big saves. What's your thoughts on that one there, Diane?
He's got good positioning. The D is really helping him out.
Great call there. Excellent work. It's not like anybody's listening anyway.
I would love to see the shots for and against, just to be a little bit of a more in-depth analysis. However, I know Cassie Campbell.
Oh, thank God. Great hockey player, horrible color or play-by-play
I
commentary.
have a feeling she was better than me.
She understands the game, but listening to her talk puts me to sleep. Warriors seem to have their plan together here as they skate away from the bench and Prokop heads back to his net. 1 period left to go in the second to last regular season game of the season for this squad. It's going to be Medeo, Foster, and Popovic starting out. Kanenberg and Kolchevsky chatting up with them what they want to do here on the blue line.
Which one's tilt, just to loosen it?
Maybe this one? No, that just makes it wobbly. This one? I don't know.
All right. 16 more minutes of yodeling, folks.
Foster. That draw is won by Mountain, but taken quickly away from Kanenberg. Comes across the red line, sends it in deep. Popovic chasing hard. They angle him off the puck, but Popovic's still trying to get to that one. Kept in the blue line by Kanenberg. Dances around a couple players. Kanenberg with a shot, blocker save, loose puck bouncing in front. Kanenberg fires another one back out to the blue line. Kolchevsky shoots. Loose in front again, and the Warriors unable to get it in. Popovic dumped down behind the net. Foster shoveling in at that one.
Thank
and
you.
Taking a couple of shots at Popovic when he's on the ice, and the Warriors are going to go to the power play. The feistiness continues to grow. The OTT is here with you. I'm Harry Haviland. Third period action at South Suburban Sports Complex.
Love to see Foster come in there and support his teammate.
I say we have a line clearing, like a bench clearing line brawl.
Let's keep it classy.
Bench clearing wouldn't be a line brawl. It would be a line brawl followed by a bench clearing brawl. It's been so long. It's not 1986 anymore.
No more rockin' sockin'.
Whammo! Figuring out what's going on here. The ref is calling for Foster to take a penalty as well. No. Yeah, Foster's going to go to the box as well. We're going to call them coincidentals here. Giving Foster a hook or a hold or 2 minutes for getting punched in the head while you're down on the ice.
Retaliation.
Oh, that was Foster who went in there afterwards.
Yes.
Sorry. Noah was the one on the ice.
Yeah.
Foster.
Tracy Noah's okay.
McGowan, Lar, and Salazar with Eggleseder and more. 5-on-5 hockey ensues here. Third period action. Won by Mountain Select. They skate their way out of the zone. Backhand flip pass. Gets past one player. More coming over. More knocking this one through center ice. McGowan trying to stick that one around. Good work there by G. Salazar getting interfered with as he's trying to get to this puck. Salazar takes his man into the boards. Back over. Lar. Flip pass over. Couldn't get picked up by McGowan. Now it's a one-on-one. Eggleseder having to turn around. Racing down. Take the shot. And Simon Prokop making the save. Out to the point. Salazar tips that one clear. Gets hit. And Lar chases his man down into the offensive zone. Gets the stick lift, but not before they fire the puck around the far side. Then reverse it back to try come out of the zone on the right. Taken away by McGowan. Turn in front. Shot it into Salazar, who puts one off the side of the net. Lar back out to McGowan. McGowan backhand pass out to Moore. Owen Moore looking for a tip in front. A couple of bounces.
Sticks in his pants.
Coming in offside as Lara was caught up with the player deep in the offensive zone. In front of the select bench and an offside call with 14-21 left to go here in the game. It's going to be Ben Toto battling for that one. Gets it back over. Benevelski inserts it inside the offensive zen. Yes, we're going to keep everything zen here in the third period. We're going to feng shui this press box.
Let's go, Select!
Toto, Woolley, and Weber skating in. Gruber and Benevelski on D. 5-on-5 hockey with a man in the box from either team. One by Toto over to the far side. Weber back to Toto. Toto tangled up in the corner, still fighting for it. Back over. Weber has it on his backhand. Kicks it out to Select. Under the stick of Woolley, but he's back through center ice trying to get this one. Can't knock it down. Benevelski does. Sasha now tangled up in the corner. Can't fight this one through, but Toto comes in to help him out. Sticking it through, Select controlling in the offensive end. Gruber back over Benevelski. Looking to wind up here. Sasha's got some room. We know what he can do, but he tries to make that pass across to Toto. It's tipped out by the Select team right back into their goaltender. Fired up to the far side. Benevelski, a bouncing puck. He couldn't settle it down, and now here comes the Select team. Select working in, shoots one. Prokop sticks the toe out, knocking that down. Sasha Benevelski in front of his own bench. Benevelski backhands that one in. He's tired after a long shift, but he's going to stay out here as Haviland's fighting for it. Oh, no, sorry, that was Toto with Haviland in front of the net. Back to Cannonberg. Bounce that one off the backboards. Weber through to Medeo. Past him, left for Cannonberg. Haviland skating towards the front of the net. Cannonberg has it. Shoots, pad save by the goalie. Cannonberg picking up his own rebound, wheeling back in front. Couldn't get the centering pass off. Select to the blue line and clear. Firing that one all the way down as they get clear of icing. Kolchevsky fighting for it. Couldn't knock it through. Bouncing puck in front. They couldn't get a shot off a backhand swat there by Medeo, keeping that one out. Oh, just missing a pass in front was the Select team. Select still working. Back to Kolchevsky. Trying to get this one across the blue line. Does. Haviland with the pass to Medeo. Drop back over for Popovic. He skates in onside. Pop. That was Haviland offside on the far side.
Little dipsy doodle at the blue line again. Throws him off. Got to drag that leg.
Salazar, McGowan, and Lar.
Let's go, Select!
McGowan hammering that one off the backhand. It's bounced out of the zone here by Mountain Select. Egelceder beating it right up to Lar. Turns, sends it down. Lar chasing after it. Has his man lined up behind the net. Finally bumps him off that puck, and Lar takes it away out to the blue line. Egelceder shoots one in. It's into the goaltender. Rebound picked up by Salazar. Coming to the corner, Finn Salazar through the slot. Shoots! Blocked in front. Moore trying to knock that one down. Now it's a 3-on-1 for Mountain Select. They come in. Shot comes in. Prokop stuck that one away.
Back check.
McGowan, he had him up in front, and then he still has the puck. Graham McGowan skating through center ice. McGowan's through one, through two, into the corner. G Money working his way, centering pass, nobody there. Off the net, picks up his own rebound. McGowan trying to feed that one back out to Moore. It's intercepted by Mountain Select and then kicked out of the zone. Bounces to Egelceder. And it's going to be a high sticking call, sending this one down into Warriors territory. 11-12 left to go. 3-1 lead for your Warriors. OTT and Harry Haviland live with you in Highlands Ranch.
Let's go, Select!
Ben Toto at the draw, taking his man out of play, but there's going to be a penalty on the call here 14 white, high stick to the head off the face-off. Toto gets his stick up. He's gonna go to the box, and the Warriors are gonna be shorthanded here for the next 2 minutes. That brings Popovic and Foster out on the offensive side of the penalty kill. Gruber and Moore out there. The puck comes out to the blue line. Mountain Select passing that one on the far side, tipping it back out to the blue. Across they go. One-time shot sent wide of the net. Benvelski back over to Gruber. Trying to tip that one through. Foster couldn't get it around the player who holds it in at the blue line. Now Mountain Select go back across. Mishandled on that pass. Popovic almost tipped it away back to Benvelski. Fires a hard one down, and that one comes outside the blue line. Good job by Sasha, forcing the reset here by Mountain Select. Then picked up by Gruber. He's got Foster with him. Gruber smartly just funnels that one down the ice, taking these seconds off of the penalty kill. Into Popovic. He's in the corner battling up against two players. Great job there holding this one in. Popovic, and he gets it back on his blade.
Well done.
Hobbs tries to shoot from behind the net. That doesn't work. But then he knocks down the puck, and the Warriors manage to keep this one in the offensive zone. Minute left to go in the man advantage for Mountain Select. They got a player up in deep behind Gruber. He's eyeing him up. Back to Foster. Shoots. Block shot in front. Benvelski has a shot. Oh, he sends that one just wide of the goalie's ear. Doesn't need a haircut now as that one whizzed some shag off the side of his head. Mountain Select now keeping this one in their control as they wind their way through center ice. Coming out of their own end, mountain advantage for the next 30 seconds. Working through. Foster's going to get a hooking call here. And the Warriors are going to see themselves down 2 men for the next 23 seconds. Dangerous opportunity here for the Mountain Select team. As Gruber and Cannonberg come out on D, well, he's going to be your third guy taking the draw. He's going to be manning the forecheck, looking for that breakaway 3-on-5 goal that they scored a couple games ago, I believe. Firing one in. Prokop got a piece, and then you heard the ring of the post. Out back to the blue line. Select coming across. Woolley chasing, great job there. Forcing the pass in, that's picked off by Cannonberg. Cannonberg gets that one across the line, and then it's fired right back in.
Takes one of the chops.
I think Hank took a stick across the face there, too. In front, Prokop had to be quick. He's still not on top of it. Now he gets it. Cannonberg holding back Woolley as he was about to pummel that giant.
He's going to bite him in the kneecaps.
First player out of the box here. Now it's 5-on-4 for the next minute and 26 seconds.
Let's go, Select!
Shot fired up over wide. Weber trying to get to it, tipping it through. Can't get it across the blue line. Back over Cannonberg. Can't do it either. Back to Weber. Shoveling it through two players. Couldn't get it out of the zone. Now Mountain Select has it. Top of the Warriors end. Pass in through the slot. Top of the circle now. Select making a pass out to the blue line. Stick handling around one, working the way into the corner. Back out to the side from the circle, takes a shot. Prokop with a save. Far side centering pass, tip back over to Select. They're controlling it. Drop pass over to the far side, controlling on the left end, and they make the pass across to the right. Select, another drop pass back out to the blue line, kicked into the corner. Select, pass all the way out. Warriors doing a good job keeping to the outside. Cannonberg couldn't quite knock that one down. Trying to walk in and tuck this one.
Nice job.
Couldn't get it. Simon making another save. Cannonberg and Kolchevsky doing what they can on the defensive side. Woolley finally knocks this one out of the zone. It's, you gotta be kidding me. Icing call. just barely sneaks across the red line, but that's back into the Warriors' end with 14 seconds left to go in the man advantage for Mountain Select. 7:45 left to go in the game. It's a 3-1 lead. Your Warriors in charge. Toto winning and controlling that one. Backhand snap off the glass and out of the zone. Good work by him to get these final seconds rolling off of the penalty kill. Toto with the pressure, back over to Moore. Penalty is over. Off the boards, picked up by Toto at center ice. Ben Toto working through a couple of guys. Toto still has it. Looks to go short side up over the goalie's shoulder. Out to center, underneath the stick of Moore, but he's back into his own end. Big Rig controlling this puck. Looking for a spot to go with it. Sending the nice pass up to Medeo, and Warriors work their way through center ice. Popovic staying onside barely there. Medeo flip in front, just out of the reach of Toto. Into the corner, bunch of players battling there. Comes out of the zone all the way down. That should be an icing call as the ref blows the whistle. 6:50 left to go. 3-1 hockey game here on the OTT Sports Network. Fans all over tuning in. Venetia's the only one that's given us a shout out here on the OTT Sports text line, so gonna give you a shout out right back. You've tuned into more games over the last few years, I think, than anybody else when you haven't been here for the games. Coming through, Benabelski back in his own end, off the boards. To Gruber, up to McGowan. Graham McGowan across the blue line, shoots one in. Goalie got a glove on it, knocking it back over into the corner. Haviland tangling a man up, gets a puck back over to McGowan. He misfires on a pass. They're going to try their luck on the far side, but they're going to run into Benabelski, who is pressuring, and now the Mountain Select team gets it out. Benabelski now has the puck after Salazar intercepted at center ice. Back in deep, Haviland chasing it into the corner. Players going down, puck comes back over to McGowan. He's working his way out of the corner. McGowan off a skate and then taken away by Mountain Select to the point and not out. Gruber to Haviland, shoots one and scores! Kai Haviland snipes one from deep inside the zone and giving the Warriors the cushion they're looking for here with 5:49 left to go. It's a 4-1 lead, Warriors.
Woo! He's been thirsty for a while.
Like I said, I've been talking to him once in a while. He's one of the players that gives the press a little bit more time, as we have, 2 hours in the truck after every skate. So he's been looking for one, and hopefully that opens it back up for him. Foster, Medeo out there with Popovic on the far, or Toto on the far side. That one's back to, no, that's Popovic, sorry, back to Cannonberg. To Medeo, look at his shoot, and what another snipe! Austin Medeo up over the shoulder. Bada bing, bada boom, 5-1 lead.
Same spot as goal number 4. So
It's like they've been watching some tape here on this goaltender,
yeah,
saying,
they might have
go
found a weakness.
high blocker. Warriors finally taking control of this game like they were hoping to do early in the first period. They did early in the first period, and then it got a little bit sketchy, but now back in charge of the game. Popovic in deep. Drop for Foster, out to the blue line. Benabelski walks, or Kolchevsky, walks, shoots. Goalie hangs on to that one. 5:27 left to go in the third period. It's a 5-1 hockey game. Warriors leading Mountain Select. McGowan, Haviland, and Lar out there now. Kolchevsky on the blue line with Cannonberg. Trying to shoot that one in was Lar. It's tipped away. Back over McGowan, feeding it back into the corner for Lar. Centering pass off the skates of the defenseman. Lar still battling for it. Haviland keeping that one in the corner. Back over to Lar. Trying to skate out of the corner. Lar still has it, centering pass, nobody in front of the net. Off the boards, out to Kannenberg. Kannenberg and Lar decide that Kannenberg's going to keep this one in the corner. Shoots one, sends it through the crease, back out to the blue line. Kolcheski gets crunched, but he keeps that puck in deep. Reed Lar after it now. Can't feed it out through. Back to McGowan, who shoots and fires it up over the net and off the glass.
Looks like the net's off.
The net is off its moorings as they didn't dig those holes deep enough. Oh, there's more people tuning in here. We got Tommy Haviland up in British Columbia, joining by Lori, Peter, Carol, everybody else that's joining the OTT Sports Network as we continue our way through the third period in Highlands Ranch. Longtime fans of the OTT, they're just a little bit quiet today.
Oh, knocked down
To
by
Weber.
Weber. Nice.
Weeb's getting pushed out of the way as the Mountain Select team has this puck inside their own end. Good job by Moore to slow that one down the blue line. He can't keep it in. Owen Moore, beauty pass up. That one's tipped off Weber's stick, and I believe Weber was the last guy that shot that into the net. Or into the bench net. Oh, Medeo was the last one that shot it into the net. Weber shot it into the bench before.
Mountain Select coaches having to look sharp today.
Yeah, they gotta be quick. Haviland at center, Lauren Salazar on his wings. Mountain Select player falling, Gruber has the puck, kicks it in. That should have been offside. Salazar was just ahead of the blue line, but it comes back out to center ice now, and Benabelski controls. Backhand tip in, knocked down, Lar with the puck. Waiting for somebody to come in, he fires a shot. The goaltender makes a great blocker save, and Salazar now pushes his man up against the boards on the far side. Benabelski in deep. Tipping it back in for Lar. Back to Benabelski on the far boards. Lar trying to sneak his way through here. Outside the zone. No, that was not outside. That was very close. The Warriors trying to keep that one in, but they're whistled down for offside with 3:34 left to go in the game. Join us next week as we will be up at the Apex on Super Bowl Sunday. It is your pre-game to the big game. 3:30, 3:10, something, I don't know, Sunday afternoon next week. The Warriors taking on Arvada, who have been a nemesis, a thorn in their side, a team that they can beat easily, but they have not managed to get by them yet this year. That will be the final game of the season. Then we'll be setting up for playoffs and state championships. And hopefully, after the victory at state championships, we're heading to Dallas for nationals. Big shot off the toe of the stick. Doesn't get it onto the net, and Benabelski manages to get it to Medeo. Through to Popovic, back inside the Warriors' end. Sasha chasing it down. Gruber, the backhand comes in on Prokop. He hangs on. Simon Prokop with another save, and the Warriors continuing to lead. Oh, there it is. Now everybody's tuning in. Aunt Edna texting me now. She's been watching. Of course, we know that Aunt Edna's watching. McGowan gloves that one down to his own stick and flips it. And finally, the coach catches one. It was a little bit not as heated as the previous fires at his face. McGowan, Salazar, and Lars still out there. Kannenberg and Kolcheski on D. Dumped into the zone here by the Warriors, controlled by Mountain Select in their own end. Salazar putting some pressure on them as they skate behind their own net. The drop reverse pass, now McGowan tipping that one. Salazar back over McGowan, holding the blue line. Graham McGowan trying to stick handle his way through a couple of players, but manages to keep that puck in. Lars back out to Kannenberg, fires! Kannenberg had all that side of the net to shoot at, but he decides to send it 8.6 meters wide. That's for our Canadian viewers right there. Diving down to block a pass, and then it's going to be Salazar taking a penalty as he roughs his man up, where the puck was nowhere near. The Warriors still trying to control their penalties here. It's Shorthanded is not good for them. You manage to score a lot more when you're playing 5-on-5 or 5-on-4. That's a stat. You guys can look it up.
Generally works out in your favor.
Oh, the Glasgow's now tuning in for Palmer, Massachusetts. That means Penny and Annabelle are watching, our two biggest fans. They just gave me a little bit of a text shout out to their cousin Kai, who scored that last goal. Not the last goal, the second to last goal. Whatever. Palat was looking to make the save there and in the bench, but that one went off the glass just in front of him. Now around, tipping this into the zone. Mountain Select walking down the left side. They got a player in front, take the shot, send it around the back of the net, back out to the blue line. Select still holding on to this. 5-on-4 with the man advantage here. Select has it out to the blue line again. Diving attempt there by Toto in, and I don't know if that was off a stick or where it went, but Cannonberg's now chasing it in behind his own net. Body position by Cannonberg, and then stolen away back out to the blue line for Select. They go D to D, D to D, D to D, D to D. Big pass into the corner, bounces over the player's stick. Cannonberg fires it. Not out of the zone, still kept in here by Select. Final minute of play in the game. Toto pushing his man into the corner. Reversed out, backed off the boards to Select. Kicked into the right side here now. Select makes a big pass across. Look at a fire one. I think that one got another piece of iron. 27 seconds left to go in the man advantage for Mountain Select. 30 seconds left to go in the game. It's a 5-1 lead for the Warriors. I'm feeling confident as Joey Kolcheski was trying to hold that one up against the boards. Mountain Select peels it back out to the blue line. Looking for another shot here from the point. They kick it back into the corner. Warriors again getting tired here on the penalty kill as they have been out there for a long time, pinched into their own zone. Big shot comes in, sending that one wide. Prokop puts it in his glove, and with 5.2 seconds left to go, we're going to have 5-on-5 hockey with a face-off in the Warriors' end. And they are probably confident that they're going to win this game at this point. Great finish here to the season is what I want to say for the Warriors. Again, a big game next week, but they're 4-0 in their last 4 over the last 2 weeks. One by Select, shot in, blocked by McGowan. Moore has it behind, out to the blue line. They fire another one. Haviland blocks it at the blue line, and the game is over. Warriors win 5-1 over Mountain Select. The pleasure has been all mine, and I'd like to thank Diane for jumping in as Shooter's on his Zimbabwean tour right now. We'll be back on the air with
Charity
you
work. He's
next
building
week
villages.
for the final game, Super Bowl Sunday at the Apex in Arvada. And you know what? Let's have the Super Bowl party at our house. We're only 10 minutes from the rink, 8 minutes from the rink if you catch the right lights. Everybody is welcome after the game next weekend. Until then, on behalf of the entire OTT Sports Network crew and team, we thank you for hanging out with us on this Saturday afternoon. I'm Harry Haviland, signing out.